How's it going, people? So earlier today we got some more leaks in regards to Save the World, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at for this one. But before we take a look at those leaks, I did want to ask you, what do you think Epic is up to? What are they cooking? The reason I asked that is because I've been playing the game since before it was even released back in 2017, and I haven't seen this many updates being made to Save the World since I want to say like 2020 was the last year where we got like a decent amount of content and updates to Save the World. There's this joke we used to say where it felt like they only had one guy working on Save the World, because we did get updates every so often, but Save the World has not gotten a whole lot of attention up until recently. So yeah, based on the amount of leaks and updates we've gotten recently, it looks like that one guy finally got some help. And big shout out to that one dev who's been carrying Save the World over the past 5 years. It could have been more than one guy, but based off of the lack of content, it felt like not too many people were working on Save the World behind the scenes. Until recently, it definitely feels like Epic is up to something, and I just wanted to see what you all thought about it. I want to say over the past 4 or 5 months, we've gotten a lot of updates and a lot of changes, like the changes they made to loot sharing in Save the World, the changes they made to weapons like the discharger, the xenon bow, and the pot shot. We've also gotten a lot of leaks in regards to new content like the Hestia update, which hasn't been confirmed yet. And again, earlier today, we got even more leaks. So that's what we're going to go ahead and take a look at next. And big shout out to Archer for letting us know about it. But in this tweet, he said, "Alright, cat's out of the bag." As part of that huge list of assets being used in the event that was posted last night, he spotted a new Save the World map being worked on called Save the World Spring, aka Spring Zone. There was only a few assets, but here's props from it. It's mostly Chapter 5 props. And when he says Spring Zone, I'm assuming he's referring to a new Venture Zone. Here's the Chapter 5 assets he was referring to that'll most likely be used in the new Save the World Spring Zone. And here's the files that he found in the game. As you see, they're referred to as Save the World Spring. So if I had to take a guess, I would assume we're going to get a new Venture Zone sometime during the spring next year. Anyways, he then went on to say he originally wasn't going to post about it just out of respect, since it's clearly something the devs did not want people to know about yet. But the text file with all the asset paths is getting shared publicly around Twitter now, so I figure I'd just go ahead and post it. Also, Hestia is not related to this. Hestia is its own thing. So this new Spring Zone is not related to Hestia in any way. So this leak is about something else entirely. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Venture Zones. I sort of feel like they get a little repetitive after a while, but I'm all for new content, even if that means it's going to be in the Venture Zone. So I am looking forward to seeing what they do with this new Spring Zone. And since it's called Spring, I would assume we're going to get it sometime during the spring. Now, we didn't get a release date for this new Save the World Spring Venture Zone. I would assume it's either going to replace Flannel Falls in January when Frozen Fjords ends, which I believe is January 21st, or it could replace Scurvy Shoals in early April, because both of those seasons sort of overlap during the spring season. I think most people assume it's going to come out in January, because during the Flannel Falls Venture season, which starts in January, we usually get the springtime heroes during that Venture season, so there's a good chance this will be the next Venture Zone we get after Frozen Fjords. In terms of new content, I could see them making a new map. They do that sometimes when they bring in a new Venture Zone, like with Frozen Fjords, for example. They could bring in a new map as well as a new biome. That's another possibility. I guess they could also introduce a new hero as well as new weapons, or even a new quest line. But since it's just a Venture Zone, I don't see them making any changes to the Venture Zone rewards. I don't think it's likely we'll get new enemy types or new mission types or a new event. And I say that because that's how it happened when they introduced new Venture Zones in the past. But as we saw in the picture earlier, it definitely looks like they're going to be using some new props. Well, new for Save the World. And it also looks like we're going to be getting a new Venture Zone. According to this tweet, it says this is not Hestia, just to make people aware. I believe this is probably a new Venture Zone, as this doesn't have a game state like Hestia does. Regardless, it's more suspicious Save the World activity. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you all would like to see with the new Venture Zone, and let me know what you all think Epic is cooking when it comes to Save the World, because they're obviously devoting a lot more resources and time on Save the World compared to recently. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the leaks. Looks like we're going to be getting a new Save the World Venture Zone, and there's most likely going to be a new map or biome that'll come with it. Again, not the biggest fan of Venture Zone, but I am glad that they've been paying more attention to Save the World lately. And I don't know, hopefully they continue devoting resources towards Save the World. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to do it now. Maybe somebody at Epic Games realized that there's still a lot of people who play Save the World. Like if we compare them to all of the new modes that have been released over the past few years, Save the World still has a lot of people playing it. Like if you compare it to Festival, the Ballistic mode, Brick Life, Rocket Racing, there's still more people playing Save the World compared to a lot of these new modes that came out. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not entirely sure, but I am glad that they're devoting more resources to it and showing it some more attention. Hopefully they can keep it up. But yeah, that sums up everything we're going to go over for this one. Just wanted to let you all know that there was a new Venture Zone leaked earlier today. And I also wanted to know what you all thought about all of the updates we've been getting recently. Anyways, before I go, I did want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been using code A1, and just wanted to say
thank you.
Also, for those of you who aren't currently using anybody's creator code,
I know it's a lot to ask,
but it would really help me out if you used mine. So, I don't know, just something to think about. Next time you're in the shop and you're thinking about getting a skin, it would really help me out if you entered the code before you got it. Obviously, for those who do use it, it goes away every 2 weeks, so you may have to re-enter it. But it really does help me out when we get a lot of people to use it. Literally, if everybody watching this video used the code, I wouldn't even mention it, right? Like if we had enough people using it, I wouldn't even waste time mentioning it in every video. But yeah, using the creator code really can help me out if we get a lot of people to use it. Also, I did want to give a shout out to our YouTube members as well. But yeah, if you need help with Frost Knight, join our Discord or follow on Twitch. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.
Been a go, but it's some stuff I won't let her do. If I get to shooting this RPG, I need props I can step her. Let's do it. They tried to get me with spike traps, they know I'm like that, smooth like a criminal. If they try to bite, I'ma bite back, man. I just swipe that, I need residuals.